didn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass.
Knock it off!
The second half, we couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our totally kicked.
Knock it off!
We've got to be the dumbest team in America in terms of playing the game. And I'm highly critical because of the way we give games away. We give them away, period. And it's embarrassing, and I represent that, and I apologize for that. That's the best we can do. That's a sad problem.
Knock it off!
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. Are you kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
Knock it off!
The Bears are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown them.
Knock it off!
But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
You play to win the game.
Knock it off!
Hello?
Hey, who'd you talk to? What's going on? It is me, Mike Lepre, King Mike Gill. This is Legit Fantasy Football, brought to you by LegitPodcast.com. It is October 6th, 2022. Let's try this one. 3 2s equals 6. And then there's just a 1. I got nothing. Nothing again. Joining me as always, Brother Ray. What's up, Brother Ray?
3 2s equals 6 plus 6 plus 1 equals 13.
Yeah, I could do that. I always try to make it add up the even, but yeah. 3 2s and a 6. And then technically 6, 6, 1 would be 1 times 6 is 6.
And with 13, 1 plus 3 is 4.
There we go. Look at us. See? And they think
Mathematician.
we're not smart. We're not smart, guy. We're not smart. Brother Ray, how has football been for you?
It's been a crazy year. I mean, I think you see it just from fans reacting to players like Kyle Pitts, Allen Robinson, Matthew Stafford, Jonathan Taylor. A bunch of guys just not living up to their draft hype, and people get angry. People are more angry this year than I've ever seen. I'll say that.
Angry with what? People not producing?
Absolutely.
I think that's true. I just think in general, though, offenses haven't started to click. I think defense have played a bigger role this year in the NFL. Joining us, as always, M1, Mr. Never Left, Mastradamus. What's up, Matt?
They say it's the what's up, guys? They say it's the lowest scoring start of a season in a long time, and maybe it's because of the lack of preseason. Just 3 games. Not getting to look at you guys. Not getting to. Never mind, they already stopped double sessions. I think football is bad. There's a lot of bad football out there. A lot of teams that we thought were going to be better that aren't. Broncos, Raiders. We could teams that we didn't think were going to be any good that are. Geno Smith playing out of his mind. Outplaying Russell Wilson. That's awesome.
All right. We are going to break down all of the games from last week and then give our lock for tonight. Guys, just as a note, 3 or 4 on our locks last week that we agreed upon. 5 of 2 the week before that. So we would be 8 of 11. Am I right, Brother Ray?
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
5 and 2, and then we went 3 and 1. 8.
Yep. 8 and 3.
8 and 3, but yeah, out of 11. So that's over 75%. Am I wrong? I know math. I've done math before. That's well over 75%, is it not?
It's over 80%.
Yep.
Okay. So then what I'm saying is all the locks that we give people
Are pretty incredible.
Are hitting on a 80% rate.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So see, I say that. I don't think people believe me. I've talked
Oh,
to
no
people.
joke.
I've walked up to people and they're like, "Hi, Ben, how you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, doing the football podcast still." Oh, yeah. How you doing? I'm like, "Oh, we've been killing it with picks." Yeah, here's our percentage. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, "No, I'm serious. Like, that's what we've been doing." And they're like, "Oh, yeah." They don't buy it. I mean, dead serious. But all right, let me get back to my favorite NFL.com and go over last week's games. Boy, let's see what we're gonna start with. Who do they want me to start with? I don't want to start with who they want me to start with. All right, we'll start like this. Ray, let's get it out of the way. Miami travels to Cincinnati on that Thursday night game. Tua gets hurt again. The Dolphins drop to 3-1. Bengals are 2-2. My question is, what the is going on in Miami with this Tua injury now? And that now that they're starting to say that not everything was discussed with the first head injury, the back. So now that doctor's fallen under. Basically, what they said is, anytime somebody stumbles the way he did, whether they claim it's a back later on, should not come back into the game. And I listened to Ron Rivera say it today. I listened to Rex, what's his face from the Jets say it. I heard a lot of coaches say it. Like, we treat players like our sons. If we see a player that stumbles when he gets up like that and then stumbles, basically what they were saying is it just looks better for them overall to bench him for the rest of the game. Like, you just can't, because this right now is so sensitive. He's like, a couple of people saying you just can't play around with it. You got to sit him. And now here's the problem, Ray. Say it was his back. I still think he got a head injury on that play because he hit his play 2 weeks ago. He got up. First thing he did was what? Shake his head, grab his headpiece, his mask, try to walk, fall, get up, grab his headpiece to straighten himself. Following week against the Bengals, you get another injury to the brain. Are you not worried about the future of Tua?
Okay, I can talk now. You want me to answer it now? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not worried whatsoever. And to hear coaches say that is pretty funny because the coaches listen to the doctors. They don't go out there with a stethoscope. They don't take any tests. You know, Ron Rivera can say that, but there are plenty of coaches out there, Bill Belichick, who let their players go back in the game, Julian Edelman in the Super Bowl after they had that bell rung, and he wins the game. I don't want to hear that. They listen to the doctors. That's what McDaniel did. At no point did McDaniel override a doctor. If the doctors made a mistake, that's on them, okay?
Okay. McDaniel can't override a doctor, though. McDaniel should have overridden the doctor.
No, absolutely not. Why? Why should McDaniel override the doctor?
Because on national TV, the future of your franchise got up, and had to be held up by a teammate.
I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's on national TV or if it's in a hole somewhere. You listen to the doctor. You listen to the expert. McDaniel is not a doctor.
No, but he's a head coach who does control who plays, who doesn't, and how the team is. And he is in control of resting people or protecting somebody. Go ahead, Matt.
What do the coaches say at a press conference? Hey, what's going on with Brady? Belichick. Oh, I don't know. I haven't talked to the doctor yet.
There's one thing that's definitely true about human beings and players in general. Some of them are brittle, and others are iron. And we've seen people come back from injuries fast, and we've seen people just never come back from getting brushed. You don't know somebody's stamina. You don't know where they're at energy-wise, fatigue. We don't know if they were dealing with something before the game. So to actually diagnose something when you don't even know what you're looking for, like Brother Ray said, not a doctor. And when you want to talk about him taking him off the field, now you're acting like you are a doctor. You're putting yourself in the position of possibly getting fired.
You're protecting your franchise.
No, but I will say, Brother Ray said he's not worried. I am worried. I do believe he suffered some brain damage, and I do believe that the second hit, I really hope it was because it was too soon, and he just needed a rest and get some, I don't know. I don't
If-
know.
So the thing
I
is
don't
this:
know. I'm worried
are
about
we agreeing that he had a concussion the first time? Or are we saying that he
it.
definitely
He
did not have?
absolutely did.
We don't
He
know that.
absolutely
we
did.
don't know about that. We don't know about that first one. We really don't. I mean, he didn't go down that hard. He did hit his head, but it wasn't that hard. And he claimed it was his back. Now, the second time, he definitely got his bell rung. And I do know about concussions. My son played football. He had a concussion once. And then the doctor said the most dangerous thing about concussions isn't the first concussion, it's the second concussion.
Yes.
It's the damage you get after you've had that first concussion. That's when you
And-
can do
Yes.
10 times the damage.
But they say to you, when you get the first concussion, if it's diagnosed, because I too coach sports, I know the whole concussion protocol, what to say to a kid, come back to him 10 minutes later, ask him the same question. I know the whole protocol. But if he had a concussion that
He
2 weeks ago, I'm just saying,
If he did, he would have
if
been
he
out of the
did,
game. He would have
it
been out of the game.
made this concussion serious.
Oh,
If he
yeah.
had a concussion
That's
2
the
weeks
word,
ago,
yeah.
this concussion is going to be something that you're going to hear about for the season, dude. Because
That's
you're
it.
right. You're
But
more
that's it.
likely to get a concussion after a concussion.
That's
That's
and
what I'm
that's it,
worried
though. If he had it, he would have been out of the game. He obviously wasn't diagnosed with a concussion, or he would have been out of the game.
Ray, I gotta be honest.
He would have been out of the game.
The way he got up and walked, like, no, he had a head injury too. I'm telling you, he kept grabbing his helmet. He never once reached for his back, not once. So, I mean, I'm worried about the kid, and it seems like you Dolphin fans, you're glossing it over. You don't want him to be hurt.
I don't know.
It's
A lot of doctors, a lot of Twitter doctors and armchair and podcast doctors out there, like, hey, when are your office hours, King? I want to
Well-
make an appointment.
I'll tell you what, I can play a doctor, but I'm actually even better at watching video footage and seeing some little guy bang his head and then get up and go, "Bleh." Everything collapsed like Beetle Bailey, and they got to hold him. And then a week later, your franchise quarterback goes right back out there and bang, another concussion. And all I'm thinking is, like, just by protocol, the NFL might keep him out for weeks. Like, so if you don't feel like the Dolphins rushed him back, Ray, then no worries.
We're good.
However, if you do think that the Dolphins knew that he had a concussion 2 weeks ago, something fuck's going to happen by the end of the season. That's all I'm saying.
The
I'll put
the
that out there.
investigation is going to find nothing against the Miami Dolphins. You heard it here first.
Well, because they probably won't let anything out. Okay, so what happened in the game other than the Tua injury?
Great game.
Man. They
Great
didn't play
game.
well. Get it, Matt.
Good, Matt.
I thought it was a great game, brother. I thought Teddy came in relief and did well as a backup, as well as a backup could. He had the interception. The game was up in limbo till late. Then since he got the late score, but I thought Miami put up a great fight in relief of Tua. Hard to see your king go down like that, but as soon as they did, I seen them kind of play like a tight team. I think Miami's great. The loss does nothing to rattle me about what I think of them this year. And like I said before the game, I called Cincy. I was the only one who went with Cincy. I said Cincy is 1-2 back against the wall, and this is an emotional letdown spot. But I honestly think that if Tua was in the game, they would have won. They look good.
All right, first off,
Yep.
Miami has the best backup quarterback in the NFL. Okay, so I don't have any sympathy for them. Teddy Bridgewater is so much better than Davis Webb. Like, I can name teams that have backup quarterbacks that aren't even close. One thing that's good about Teddy is he gains their trust and he controls the huddle. Like, he's a veteran who can just step in and take control of the huddle. He's manageable, so you've got the weapons. I mean, I know Waddle came up on the injury report. No, not Waddle. What's his name? Tyreek Hill popped up on the injury report today. But I don't see why Teddy Bridgewater can't steer that team. I'm being dead serious. Like, I've never been a fan of Teddy Bridgewater. But if Teddy just does what Teddy can do and they can get a running game, why can't Miami win a couple more games before Tua comes back? Hopefully. Allegedly. Right? Anyways, That game, it bothers me because I worry. Watching that made me worry about the kid. Like I legitimately worried because I thought about how old he is. You know what I mean? And what he's and the pressure he's got to be under just to be a prof. And I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyways,
Right. Hold on 1 second. Right now.
Okay.
Hold on.
go ahead.
Tua is the number one quarterback in the NFL with yards per attempt.
Yep.
He is absolutely on fire. He's the leader of the Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
There is no letting down. And we all know what football is.
Matt,
You can lose your life out there.
Matt, we're
These
good at his
players know
stats.
this.
We're good at his stats right now. If he can't come
We're
back,
talking about what football is, and let's be honest, it's gang warfare, colors versus colors. And when these players get on planes, they ride with their team and they go with their team and they do things on the field where you could absolutely not walk ever again. Ryan Shazier, I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it. So they know the repercussions. But Tua is coming back. To say that is crazy. Do we hope nothing happens? Absolutely.
Sure.
The reason why this is being talked, this is like BCAD. This is B Tua, before Tua, after Tua. Like the way he looked and the way everyone has seen it, yeah, everybody was concerned, as they should be. But you get rattled. This is big boys knocking your head silly, and he's going to be all right. I believe that.
He'll
Okay,
be
then
fine.
let me ask you this. How about the fact, Ray, what if he's too small? What if No, all right.
I mean, he's 6 feet, 6'1",
Yeah.
190, 200 pounds. He's actually
is not-
bulked up.
That's
from
not
what he
big
was
enough.
last time. He's not too
King,
small. What I will say
his
is
problem,
he doesn't have judgment yet. He needs to throw the ball away. I will say that
yes,
he doesn't have the
yes.
sense in the pocket yet, and that worries me more than his physical size or the brain injury. It's the fact that that guy was barreling down on him and he did not throw the ball away. That's what I worry about.
All right.
Hold on, King. That's what
Well-
I wanted to comment on. He holds
right.
on to the ball, and he does not have pocket awareness, and that's his problem.
Yes.
Okay.
Even
All right.
when he just got rocked, he should have got rid of that ball.
All right. Now, I may be wearing an old school Oilers jersey, but I am still a Giants fan. So I do know a little bit about a quarterback who gets smashed on every single play. Okay. Daniel Jones gets beat up worse than anybody I've seen get beat up. But he's a big kid, 6'4", 6'5", that prototypical size. And I knock on wood, I haven't seen him bounce his head off the ground as much. What I'm saying is you cannot tell me that a 6-foot quarterback, 6'1", is not small, especially under 200 pounds. You can't.
Doug Flutie, Drew
Rudy would
Brees.
get killed, but if he got hit today, come on.
Joe
What
Montana.
are you talking?
Joe Montana got knocked out of so many games.
So you're saying he was
If there was
brittle and he
concussion
was
protocol,
soft?
Ray, if there was concussion protocol back in like when he played, the
Whoa, whoa,
Giants
whoa.
gave him at least 3 or 4 concussions.
So
At
Joe was
least.
too small? Joe Montana was too small.
Physically, for now in this age, yes.
One of the best of all
Play
time,
today?
if not.
Playing
who
today?
was-
To play today,
I don't even. I don't get that. I think it's easier to play. Kyler Murray is incredible. He's 5 foot nothing.
he doesn't have a long career ahead of
going
him.
down the wrong road, King.
He doesn't have a long career ahead of him. He doesn't, Kyler Murray. I say the same thing about every little quarterback that I've watched. And I don't.
Kyler
You
knows
got
how
Joe
to take care of
Montana. Who else
himself.
do you have? But first of
Kyler
all, do you
knows
know
how
how
to take
tall
care
Joe
of himself.
Montana is? This is the best part. How tall is Joe Montana?
6 feet.
Yeah.
You met him.
Again. Try
You
again.
met him in person. He's not.
Yeah. Try
he's
again.
6 feet. He may
Try
be
again.
5'11".
Try again.
I don't know. Like, we can keep going. But you can just tell me if you
How
know.
tall is Joe? I know he's 6'4" or 6'5". How tall
Joe
is
Montana?
Probably
Hold on.
5'10".
All right.
Joe
well,
Montana's not
how
6'4".
tall is Joe? I stood next to him. How tall is Joe Montana?
Are you serious?
6'2", 6'3", 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", whatever you want to call it.
He's not 6'3".
All right, 6'2". He's 6'2", 6'3". He's a much bigger player than Tua. 205.
No, he's not.
205. He's over 200. He's over 6'2".
He's not.
Man.
going down the wrong road.
I'm not. I'm making a
going down the
point
wrong
out of
road.
small quarterbacks. They get
Stay
knocked
away
out of
from
the
the
league.
conspiracy theories. Seriously, just move on.
All
Stay
right,
away from the conspiracy
when you guys
theories.
come up with a small quarterback that can take a beating and has had a longer career, let me know. All right, that's gotten hit. Guys that get hit, let me know. Well, let's move on. Whatever. I'm worried about the whole NFL. Vikings go to the Saints. Vikings beat said Saints 28-25. My biggest issue here is I feel like the Vikings should have won by a whole lot more. Matt.
I love Chris Olave. I felt like he was going to be he might be the best rookie wideout this year, and that's saying something because there's a few good ones this year. Andy Dalton, garbage, not missing reads that could have been a 52 walk-in touchdown with Olave. I don't know if I like the New Orleans Saints with Andy Dalton at the helm. Minnesota getting back to form. Nothing really here to talk about. I could go on for blah 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 for days, but I don't like Andy Dalton. He's trash.
Lindsey or Boone? Don't say neither. If you had to pick
Oh, it's
one.
Boone.
Time out.
It's Boone.
Time out. First of all, Gitz. You just dropped. You need to put you need to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. That's one. Part 2, don't tell us what we can say. If we want to say neither, we're going to say neither, guy. That's just how this works. Don't say that, because you can tell guys like us that. We go, neither. But I'm not going to do it this time. Brother Ray, what is your thought on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely put Boone. Boone's the much better player, much better team right now as far as running the ball. The Colts, I mean, Lindsey is a gamble. They just activated him. There is a douche factor here, though, because he's going to want to get back at Denver because he had, his best year with them.
But he's not that great.
He's not that good. And I think Nyheim Hines is going to get the ball a lot, more so than Lindsey carrying the rock.
All right. So, Gitz, I really hope you hit the like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. I think what I'm going to start to do is go back to these shows, find the people that didn't hit those buttons, and then keep emailing them. You know what I mean? Because we're giving them knowledge. Now, Ray, I don't know if you want to discuss the Saints-Vikings or we can move on to the Browns-Falcons.
Nah, it was an ugly game. I mean, the Vikings should have won by more. I don't understand what happened in that game, but it looked like they would, and the Saints came back.
It's like they got complacent in my book when I was watching the ending of it. It was like, what the hell's this? Why is it so close? Why aren't you just smashing them? It's like they knew they had them, and they kept it at that. Sorry, the Browns and Falcons. What's going on with the Falcons offense? They won by 3, right? Which is good, I guess. But I picked the Falcons in this. The Falcons have covered the spread, I guess, in my book, I think every week. Like, I don't think they've not covered the spread if you go back, because they're always in games when they're like plus 7.5. And in this game, again, the 2-2, they won by 3. So, Ray, should we be happy about this or still be worried about that offense? Because, like you said, Pitts has no touchdowns. The ball is not what they're just not scoring through the air. What do you think?
I mean, they're winning. I mean, I will give him credit. I mean, the thing with Arthur Smith is he's going to run the ball no matter what. Cordell Patterson goes out. Tyler Algier comes in there. Huntley comes in there. And they don't miss a beat. And if Algier's out there in any leagues out there, make sure you jump on him with both feet and grab him as quick as possible. Number 1, yards after contact in the NCAA last year, okay, BYU. But no, I mean, their defense rose up, though. They really shut down Cleveland. Cleveland had no answer. Amari Cooper completely blanked. Chubb had his usual day, 100 yards. But you got to give Atlanta credit. I mean, they won that game against the Browns. They're solid on both sides of the ball.
They are Atlanta. They're just not as good offensively as they should be. Maybe just in my opinion. But by watching them, like, they got weapons and they're just not. Matt, what do you think?
I disagree. I feel like when you lose your running back that early and you have to go to a rookie because Algier made himself, he emerged as the clear number 2 in the preseason. The kid can run, like Brother Ray said. So if he is available, you pick him up. I actually didn't put in a waiver claim for him in one of my leagues. Woke up, he was there. They were sleeping. So he could be there in some of your leagues. And that's going to pay big dividends because Patterson may not be coming back. They don't have a timetable. But when you have a knee issue and you're a running back, not for nothing, we've seen it time and time again. Someone comes in and it's their job because they're just so electric. That could be the case here. So, but in the middle of the game, it's tough because all of a sudden you have to change what you're doing because Algier might not know how to pass protect. You might need to give him some help. You might have to change your whole offense, but they still did it. And I believe in this offense. So I think if you can get him, he's in a high – I believe they have a high-octane offense. I think they're going to keep scoring all year long. I think it was an in-game injury, and I think it hurt them as an offense.
Yeah, I keep seeing it. I keep waiting for them to explode, I guess, the offense. That's the problem I'm having. All right, Ray, Bills to the Ravens. Bills beat the Ravens by 3. This is just I thought a great game for the AFC as far as let's watch some teams play. Did the Bills prove in this game, Ray, that they're the best in the AFC?
I mean, they came back. I mean, they were up. Then Baltimore came, was right with them, and then they came back and did what they had to do to win the game. I think Baltimore proved more than Buffalo did in this game because everybody thought Buffalo was going to walk all over Baltimore. Baltimore was getting 3 in this game, so it ended up being a push. I think I had Baltimore +3, but I mean, the Bills are a good team. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, they did come back and win a game after they lost a tough one in Miami, so you got to give them credit for that. Baltimore is a tough place to win. Dobbins looked great coming back. I think he's going to be a factor going forward. But Baltimore was right with them. So I think this talks more about the Ravens. I mean, we knew about Buffalo, but I think the Ravens took a step up even though they lost that game.
No, I don't see it that way. In fact, I went on my Facebook and I predicted Mastradamus like he always does. I said, I see a collapse from New York. He went and he put $100 on the money line live action, and it paid out 5.5 plus 5.55, and he ended up turning it around. He went with it. So shout outs to Bobby for listening to his man, because there's a problem with Baltimore. So I don't believe they took a step up. They have issues, right? And they keep letting up leads. They were up 20-3, and they lost that game. And that's not just on the defense. That's on Lamar, because it takes an offense to clock kill and run and find a way when you have to help out your defense. They couldn't. And there's a problem on both sides of that ball in Baltimore.
If you can't run the clock down with Lamar Jackson and J.K. Dobbins, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? What do you think, Ray? Like really, I don't know what to tell somebody. Like, you should be able to, right? Like, yeah, with those two guys?
Yeah, I mean, they're built to run the ball. I mean, that's all they do is run the ball. That's what they're known for. And I think a lot of that's on Lamar. I don't think you can blame the coaching staff. Quarterback's got to run the game. But I mean, guys, they lost by 3 points, and Buffalo had to make some really big plays at the end of the game to win it. So it's not like they got blown out.
Hey guys, Bob, if you go right now and you hit the like button, subscribe button, and you ring the bell for notifications, you can even leave us a comment. We'd appreciate that. We really would. We're asking you to do that. Now we're going to help you. Guys, you think I should start Hines today? Over who, Bob? The question.
Yeah,
over who?
Yeah. And is it a PPR league?
Yep.
If it's a PPR league, absolutely yes.
But who else do you have?
True.
Like who we give us a little more info. We'll help you better. Moving right along with Muppet. I want to go over to one of the oldest rivalries in the league, Matty. Although they have different names, the Commies played the Cowboys, and that Cowboy defense, like you said, held them to 10 points, and the Cowboys won 25-10. Your thoughts on that game?
you know, I made the prediction. I went with Washington. I think we all actually went with Washington, but I think we were looking at this week because I feel like there is an upset brewing with Washington. We're gonna get it someday. And you know, it wasn't last week, and I got to tell you, I think the Dallas Cowboys have a top tier defense, and they can take over and win any game, just by themselves. And brother, King Michael was talking about that weeks and 4 weeks, and I was sleeping. I wasn't listening to what he was saying, and ever since then, boy oh boy, that defense is putting the league on notice, and they're suffocating and they take over games. Good defense.
Dude, Micah Parsons is so ridiculously him and with Lawrence, they got guys that you just can't stop. All right, Bob Jimmy, did you hit the like, subscribe button, ring the bell? I'm not gonna go double check just because I'm a nice guy and leave a message. But now we will finish your question. I got Najee Harris, Aaron Jones, CMC, and M. Brown and DJ Moore at flex and full PPR. Just subbed and liked, by the way. Also got Noah Brown and Jahan Dotson, Chase Edmonds on the bench.
Jahan Dotson's injured, so you can't use him.
He'll be out 2 weeks. He'll be out probably 2 weeks.
But let's go back to the main one, because here's what he was talking about Lindsey with. He's got Najee Harris, Aaron Jones, Christian McCaffrey.
No. Nyheim Hines, King. Nyheim Hines.
No, I'm talking about Najee Harris. He has Najee Harris right here.
Oh, I thought he wanted to put in Hines in one over these guys. Possibly.
It was like Lindsey or Boone, and then we're like,
said, now with those three guys.
No, let me explain this. He said, "Hey, you think I should start Hines today?" And then boom, he comes back with, "I got Najee Harris, Aaron Jones, CMC, M. Brown, and DJ Moore at flex and full PPR."
He can't. He's not going to put Hines in over those three.
Never.
No. So, Bob, I guess the question would be, why are you even considering that?
Yeah, start your studs.
That's rule number one.
Maybe the only thing he's thinking is Nyheim Hines could get 5-6 catches and a touchdown and maybe beat out A.J. Dillon. That's the only spot.
You want to know what I honestly think he's thinking? And this is what happens to a lot of people. Who's playing tonight?
Broncos.
Two swag teams.
What two teams?
Broncos, Colts.
Two swag.
And he's talking about a running back from which team? The Colts. For some reason, people get antsy about starting Thursday night people. Have you noticed that? They want to take a chance on maybe one guy so they get to watch a player play. And they'll actually put him in, even if they shouldn't. Does that make sense?
Let me make a comment, King. Absolutely. They're antsy. But you know what else? Let me tell you a good way to really look at your team in fantasy, right? If you want to look at if this is a good game to put somebody in, look at the over-under. Vegas tells you there's not going to be many points to go in this game. It's 42. Do you really want to get your hands involved in that action? Go look at a game that's at 48, 50, 51. Go get something where there's going to – I am on the under so bad in this game tonight. It's the lock. I believe that the under is the lock.
Let me finish this question.
I don't want nothing to do with scoring in this game.
So, Ray, should you put Nyheim Hines over DJ Moore at flex?
No,
that's a possibility. I don't know. That's a possibility. That's a head scratcher.
He's got three running backs. It looks like
stay with DJ Moore at flex.
He's got three studs. It looks like he's got McCaffrey, Harris, and Aaron Jones.
Yeah, but think about this, right?
He's talking about the flex spot. Noah Brown, Najee Harris. I'm sorry. Noah Brown, Nyheim Hines, or DJ Moore is what he's saying in the flex. I would still say DJ Moore. All right.
I was
DJ really bad with Baker. I would say DJ Moore too, but what I'm saying is there is question here because when you got Michael Pittman injured and you really don't know what you got there, where's the offense going to travel through? You got Nyheim Hines, who's going to be getting a lot of pass receptions tonight. He could be a big focal point of that offense. And that's the only question that I have is where's the ball going to be distributed from in the Indianapolis Colts offense? I think a lot of it in volume goes to Hines tonight.
All right, so read this for 1 second. He's in a super flex league, which I don't even know what that means, Bob. But any league involving flexing, I'm your guy. Let me know. because I'll show up in flex for nothing, for my pleasure. All right.
I like Noah Brown, but the thing is, King.
Wait. He's in 2
is-
flex spots, and he just said
Okay.
I have Marquise Brown in 1.
I'd
He's
keep.
saying he has a receiver in 1, so he's thinking go running back in the other flex, and I'm saying it doesn't matter, Bob. I would probably see with DJ Moore.
Yeah, the way I look at it is he's a number 1 receiver, and yeah, Hines is playing tonight, but you could have Lindsey, you could have Deion Jackson is going to be active tonight. Like, you don't know what Reich is going to do. I know DJ Moore is going to go out there and he's going to be the number 1 receiver. That's the way I would look at it.
Don't overguess it. Don't think you.
And, and if Lindsey's available, right, in his super flex, it said he had C-Mac, Aaron Jones, and Harris. So again, I ask, is he starting 3 running backs or is it 2 running backs in a flex? Those 3 running backs should be on your starting lineup if you could fit them.
All right, Ray. Everything.
I feel the same way,
Everything's
Bob,
just
Jimmy. I
changed.
feel the same
Ray,
way.
Time out, everybody. What do you mean you don't know how you feel about how Baker Mayfield throwing the ball? I can tell you how you should feel, Bob. I'm going to simplify your whole life. If you remember in the 80s, they had a Mr. Yuck sticker. It was a green face, like a smiley face, but the mouth was down, sad. And they put that green sticker on poison. Like, your parents are supposed to put it on, like, all the stuff in the cabinet so the kids knew not to touch it or drink it because Mr. Yuck was on it. Ray, you remember this, right?
I remember, yes.
I would slap a Mr. Yuck sticker all over Baker's helmet. I'd be like, you want to know how you should feel about him throwing the ball? Almost sick to your stomach. You should feel nauseous. That's how I would feel. And that's why he's saying, though, got it. DJ staying over Hines. Even though I just bashed Baker Mayfield, which how can I not bash Baker Mayfield? Bob, how do you feel? Tell me how you feel when you watch him throw the ball.
Oh,
Because, dude, we not to bump this show, but if you go back to last season's shows and you go all the way back, like week 2 or 3, where the first podcast to announce he had a shoulder injury, they were hiding, but he was trying to work through. And then what happened? It got worse as the season went on, and the shoulder injury became a big deal. But we already talked about it. So when you ask us how we feel about Baker, I feel like Baker's injured, battered goods with an ego that's must be imploding right now, being in Carolina. Ray, right?
And he's not on a good, well coached team right now. I think Matt Rule, I think the shine is off Matt Rule.
Oh,
I
what a
think he's
dope.
going to be looking for a new job.
He's
I
a
mean,
dope.
they just, that offense looks anemic. He looks lost. There's just nothing to like. But I mean, if I have DJ Moore, I mean, they're going to be behind. They're going to throw the ball. I gotta go. I gotta go with DJ Moore in this one.
Agreed. Hopefully Bob is with us. All right, wait. Oh, come on, Bob. This has become the Bob Show. Hey, Bob, if you do not tell 5 to 10 people about this show and get them to leave a comment, subscribe, and all that stuff, I'm going to be upset. I'm really going to be upset. Because, Bob, not only we do this on a Thursday night, every Sunday at 11:05 a.m., we have been giving everybody the locks. We're over 80%. Go back, watch the show. Think I'm lying. When we agree on picks, Brother Ray has named 2 to 3 fantasy pickups each week that are on waiver wires that I hear about later on that day scoring. So I'm not saying we're great. I'm saying we're great. Now, Ray also got a trade today where I got offered Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Tyler Lockett for Aaron Jones. Hero, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll say right now, I think Edwards-Helaire is a little bit of a trap because what's happening is you're starting to see Isaiah Pacheco gain momentum and they're using him more and he's really starting to kind of take the lead here. So I think he's seeing that. The owner is seeing that and he's trying to bait you with Lockett to get rid of Aaron Jones. So I would say no on that. I love Lockett. Don't get me wrong, I love Lockett, but right now Metcalf is the guy who's eating on that team. Lockett is not. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, it's going to be the Pacheco show at some point.
They're like jingling keys, Tyler Lockett. He's just trying to seduce you into getting rid of Aaron Jones. for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who I traded because if you think you can trust him week in, week out, you haven't been watching Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Next game is the Bears. Chicago Bears travel to MetLife Stadium to play mine and your New York Football Giants. Giants won 20-12. What do I think about that game? Try hard, Zay. What's up? I think that Saquon Barkley this might be the best version or second best version of him we've ever seen. That's how good I think he's at, right? I think the Giants defense is better than advertised, although I do blame Wink Martindale for a couple of things. He's made a couple of mistakes. Ray, on the goal line score 2 weeks ago when the Giants lost to Dallas, on the goal line touchdown they scored, right? The Giants had 10 guys on defense. That can't happen, Ray. You can't do that as a professional defensive coordinator. I love him. I love Wink because he blitzes all the time. He had 10 guys on the field. 3 of them, Ray, were playing back off the line like linebackers. That's 7. How do you explain? So I have my problems with them. However, the Bears are a team that can't block for Justin Fields or whoever's there. They don't have anything really going on. And the Giants are a team of the future. Nothing big this year, but next year with some salary cap improvement, whatever they do, they've got a lot of pieces. So I thought this game went exactly how I thought it would. If you guys have anything else to say, you can. If not, we'll move on to the next team. All right. Ray, the Eagles played the Jaguars. The Jaguars. Eagles won by 8 to improve to 4-0. What is it? Are the Eagles the real deal? Holyfield, or are they just another Eagles team that will start off great and shit the bed? Ray.
I mean, you got to be happy with them so far. I mean, their defense, I think, now proved that they're the best in the league. I don't think there's any question. The sacks, the fumble recoveries. I mean, the Jaguars were playing great before that, and they made Lawrence look like less than ordinary. So you got to like what you see. They ran the ball down their throats. They really didn't need A.J. Brown or Smith in the game. They did what they had to do to win. I think overall, they're about as solid as a team as there is right now in the league.
I can't say I can argue. Really quick, should I start Sutton or Gordon? Zay, you have to go. Please hit the like, subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave any comment you want in the comment section. Ray, Matt, Sutton, or Gordon?
I believe Gordon is still in the doghouse, and I think you're going to see a lot of Mike Boone. I go with Cortland Sutton.
Ray?
If it's PPR, I would go with Sutton, not Gordon, because he is going to split with Boone. And the Colts, I think, will do a good job against the run. So I think it's going to be on Russell Wilson. I love Sutton.
I think I just smell another guy wanting to start somebody on Thursday night. Who should I start in my PPR league? From Thielen or Hines? Now, all right, can I get down on this? You got to go with Thielen on this one. He hasn't had the amount of receptions that I would have expected him to have at this point. But Thielen's he is Minnesota's safety blanket in the sense that he makes those plays when he has to and the ball gets thrown to him. If this is PPR, I like Thielen. Ray, you might think differently. Go ahead.
I mean, Thielen could have 6-7 grabs. He might get targeted 11 times. The question is, what are you going to get for yardage? So, is he going to run the ball enough, to get you value? So I think it comes down to, Thielen is the number 2 guy in that offense. There's no doubt. They're playing Chicago. So I do like that. I think Hines is going to catch a lot of balls tonight. I really do. So, but who do you think is going to get more yardage? Who do you think is going to get more production?
Who gets a touchdown?
Thielen. I have to say Thielen.
Yep. Maddie? Quick, Thielen or Hines?
I got feeling.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, Uday Bindra, tough name to pronounce, but a fantastic, like, happy face tie-dyed logo. Make sure you hit all the buttons, like, subscribe, leave us a comment, go with Thielen, and walk in peace. Ray, let's move on to the next game as we try to, like, speed it up. I'll throw it to Maddie. Maddie, Jets beat the Steelers 24-20 to improve 2-2. Now, two things to point out on this. One, we knew this. We had this outright. We all had this outright. Secondly, Kenny Pickett made his debut, and I didn't think he looked all that bad with his little tiny hands. Maddie?
What I want to talk about in this game is if you selected Bryce Hall, you're loving
Breeze.
what you say.
Yeah, Breeze.
Bryce, Breeze,
Yeah,
Breezy. You know what I'm going to call him from here on out? Breezy.
you should.
Because
You're going to
he's
mispronounce it
unbelievable.
if you don't.
Breezy. Yep, I will. Because I still don't even know what his name is.
Yeah, I know you. You're still not
But,
getting Breezy.
Breezy. So it's Breezy Hall.
Yeah.
And he's getting big percentages on what he's doing. They missed him on a nice long pass up the sideline. If he would have got that, you're talking about a huge day. He's coming into his own. That Jets offense is not the same Jets offense. Corey Davis, ladies and gentlemen, is their number one. And they're looking good on offense in the Jets. It's insane.
Ray, what did you think?
I kept reading how everyone was so down on Wilson. I thought he drove him down the field and won the game. Like, what do you want this kid to do? Like, I don't understand, like Twitter. Like, what do you want this kid to do? You want him to step on the field, throw 8 touchdowns in 500 yards in his first start this year, coming off a knee injury? I think the kid did exactly what I would want him to do. I went out and picked him up in the league this week. I'll tell you that. I think this kid is going to get momentum, and he looked good. He looked different than last year. He looked confident.
What do you think?
They're
I'm
using
worried about the Jets this week. I'm a Dolphins fan. And
they're using that. You see the way they're using their tight ends. How can you not be excited? That offense is wicked.
What did you think of Kenny Pickett? Ray?
Raw,
Go ahead, Matt.
raw inexperience. Yeah. Came right in through a pick, but he recovered. I didn't see anything that made me feel like, he won that game, but he did what he had to do. His play was almost equal to Mitch, throughout the game. But you have to go with him because what you've seen with Mitch, and Mitch isn't going to give you anything. And I do believe Pickett will blossom, and this is his time. That's what I think about that.
If I could talk about Pickett, he had 3 picks, but none of them were his fault. 2 of them bounced off the hands and chest of the receiver, ended up being a pick. So those are 2 picks. And the third one was a Hail Mary when he was desperate at the end of the game. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. He did a lot with his legs that really impressed me. He actually ran a 4.6 at the combine. And that's not something that people talk about. He is athletic. I think he's going to be good. I mean, you saw what he was doing with Pickens. You saw the way they were connecting. I think you might see something with those 2.
I like that he threw an interception, right? They came out through interceptions, but still played like that gun that he is, like what I thought Kenny Pickett was. The Joe Burrow method. I don't mind that. Shake it off, keep throwing, kid. Like, I'm for that.
Yeah.
We'll see how he develops in Pittsburgh, right? We don't know yet. The verdict, I would say, is by far still out. All right. Cardinals, Ray, Panthers. Cardinals beat the Panthers by 10. I'm going to say that there's not really much to talk about in this game. The Panthers is just not very good.
Easy money.
It was very easy money. Very. But I have nothing to add. If you guys want to add on this game, we have like 4 more. I'm good with it. Matt, Ray?
No, sir.
Okay, then Matty, I'll give you this one. Patriots went to Green Bay.
I had it.
Patriots got beat 27-24 by Green Bay. Now, I'm going to tell you this.
Listen.
That score makes me feel good as a Giants fan. But what did you think of the game?
I had this so close. I was calling for them to beat them outright, and I almost had that. I mean, you know what? Listen, I'm just going to be honest because I am a Patriots fan down deep, but I have quarrels with Bill Belichick, and I'm getting sick of it. Last year against Tampa Bay, kicks a long field goal instead of going for it again in a rain game. Could have got a little bit closer. He's playing scared, plays conservative, plays. Oh God, it's so gross. It's so gross. He had the ball 4th and 1, and you're at the enemies. You're on the road. We all know you go for it on the road. You don't keep giving Aaron Rodgers chances to beat you. And he did. And he did. That's what happened.
So Ray, really quickly, the Patriots just not that good, or has Bill somewhat lost control of that whole organization?
Their defense is good to win. Their defense is going to keep them in every single game this year, so
Absolutely.
they're not blown out. But their offense and their coaching, their time management, like it's just not good. Like this is Bill Belichick, and I'm watching these games saying, but that's Bill Belichick. And is it me? Is he really like screaming at the refs more than usual? More tirades, more demonstrative. You can tell he's frustrated right now, and they're struggling. But that kid came in and played a hell of a game. The rookie Zappy, he came in and played
Bailey
a hell of a
Zappi.
game. You can't ask for anything more than that kid. And I feel like the coaching staff let that kid down.
Yeah.
All right, agreed.
Yeah.
Next game, Broncos went to the Raiders. Broncos got beat by the Raiders like we all thought by 9 points. The Broncos just not very good. The Raiders didn't seem to be pretty good, but I still think they have a better team than Denver, and that's how this game went that way. That's how I picked it. Matt, anything I'd say on that one? Because I don't know. I saw that one coming.
Yeah, no, we saw that. I have nothing to add on that.
We
All right.
gave you
Congratulations to the
Russell Wilson
Raiders.
on Sunday. We gave you Russell Wilson. We said he was going to have a big day, 3 touchdowns. He came back from the dead fantasy-wise.
This is true. All right, then Sunday night we had the Chiefs go to Tampa Bay, where Tom and his marital problems got beat 41-31. The Bucks are a mess, and Tom being there is a distraction. It's like playing with a guy you know is not going to be there next year. There's just something weird about that whole dynamic. And, I don't think players give a shit about him anymore. Like the whole, I'm injured, but I'm just going to do the TB12 and I'll be cryogenic chamber, whatever he does. I just don't think they bought into him anymore, right?
Yeah, you know what? Their defense really
Uh-oh.
surprised me. I thought for sure that their defense would play better against Kansas City.
Ray, I don't mean to interrupt you. Really quick, we get 3 questions just popped up by 2
Yep.
different people. KFL Extinct. Hit the like, subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, leave us a comment. Do I start? I'm being serious too, KFL. Do I start? Here we go. Thursday night, guys. Pittman, Reynolds, or Myers? Ray?
Always start your stud. You have to start Pittman. You can't think that way. You have to trot him out. You can't have any doubt. Just put him in there. Don't think about it. Put your stud in the lineup.
All right, I'm with you. Next, Maximus McLean. I think. McLean. Maximus, please, I got to repeat myself because no one does it. Please hit the like, subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, leave us a comment as we give you your answer. Should I start Jerry Jeudy or Chris Godwin?
Are you not entertained?
Right.
Maximus?
Right.
I have to say Jeudy. Godwin's, he doesn't look good. He looked hurt in that game. He went off the field several times.
He is hurt. Well, he is hurt. That's why.
I mean, Evans is the number one. It's not even close. I would put Jeudy in.
Plus, that offense is struggling. Maddie, this one's to you. Or wait. I don't understand this. That's why the person's name is no one, but it's no KNOW1. Should I start Melvin Gordon? Well, let me ask you this, sir. Should I start with my left shoe or my right shoe when I put them on? Should I take an umbrella with me out into the rain? You know why I'm asking you those questions? Because you have no background as to what I'm speaking about. Just like we have none with yours. Should I start Melvin Gordon? Well, if you don't have any running backs in your team, yes. But if you have anybody else in your team, We don't know. Ray, can you tell him to stop Melvin Gordon if you don't know who he has?
No, I
right.
can't.
Okay.
I can't.
I just want to make sure it wasn't me. Like, I want to help.
Listen.
I want to help him.
Melvin Gordon has 4 or 5 fumbles this year. So listen, he's fumbling. He's got mental issues. He's thinking about it. It's happening. And if he fumbles, say he goes in there and fumbles, he's not playing no more. I already believe he's in I don't even know if he's going to split, because I really like Mike Boone to the point where the last time we seen him, he was fantasy relevant, like big time. He moves well, hits the hole, great ball vision. Like, I'm worried about Melvin Gordon. He's in the doghouse right now.
Just to say about Boone,
Yep.
his athletic profile he has 100% athletic spark profile, which is absolutely off the charts ridiculous. It's like Adrian Peterson type, like measurables. I agree. I mean, Gordon is going to get the ball. Don't get me wrong. He is the starter. If you have no one else, absolutely. But until we know who your other running backs are, can't recommend it.
All right, last game to review before we give tonight's lock. Rams go to the 49ers, and they got pummeled 24-9. Who wants to sum this one up? Ray?
He picked it. Give it to him.
Go ahead, Matt.
I said it. I did the chess analogy, and it's true, because when you got somebody who you just are in their head, they're almost beat before they go on the field or before they play the chess game. You've beat, it's big brother, little brother attitude. And for some weird reason, the 49ers wear the crown in that relationship. It's interesting. I believe the 49ers win that division. I think the Rams are going down. I think they're going in the opposite direction. So, young season, but I think the 49ers are just a very classy organization.
Divisional games are always a bitch. They are. And you can't explain upsets, like sometimes, or not upsets, but like almost like a blowout. Would you agree, Ray?
Yeah, I mean, it was, like going in. I mean, they know each other too well. You face them twice a year. You know them too well.
Oh.
You plan your draft and your free agency around that team. I mean, you're making decisions all year based on that other team. So, yeah, I mean, but the Rams are just not worthy on both sides of the ball.
No.
They were outcoached, outplayed. It was ugly. Deebo Samuel was trashing that defense. I just don't understand it.
All right, let's get into tonight's game and break this down. For everybody listening, pay attention. Colts, in about 10 minutes, will be playing the Denver Broncos in Denver on Thursday night. The over-under is 42. The Broncos are favored by 3. Brother Ray, you have seniority. Go ahead.
You know what? I cannot stand Hackett. And I have promised myself I would not take Denver for the rest of the year because he's just a miserable coach. But at home, I'm going to take them tonight without Jonathan Taylor because I don't think they have an answer. I think the Broncos have an answer for Devontae Williams. I don't think the Colts have an answer for Jonathan Taylor. And besides Pittman, they have nobody else. Will they get Mo Alley Cox? No. I'm Paris Campbell.
But they have that super athletic quarterback. What's his name? The one that can run and he's really athletic.
Oh, Matt Ryan. Yeah.
Oh, Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, so he'll make plays with his feet and stuff like that. So no worries there, right?
Yeah, I'm with Matt. I love the under in this. That's the best bet is the under in this thing.
Yeah.
Because both teams stink. But I'm gonna go with Denver giving it 3.
All right, Matty.
I got it at 3.5, and that half worries me, brother.
I got it at 3 right
that.
now.
So
Right now it's 3.
At 3, I'll go with Denver at 3.
Is that 3 right
Yeah,
now?
if it's 3, I feel comfortable. But if it goes to 3.5, I really don't. I would probably go the direction of the Colts. I have a feeling it's going to be a 3-point game. I don't know how, right? But I see it definitely under, and I see a 3-point game. And like I said, Colts 3.5. If you got it, Denver with the 3.
Yep. All right. So we're sticking with Denver with the 3 just because that's what I'm basing the bet online that we always use. So
All right.
now, Ray, did you take the under also?
Yes.
All right. So I know this is going to sound like a boring thing, but I don't like the Colts. I don't like Denver. Let me say that just to start off. I don't like the team, but I like the team better than the Colts. I didn't think the Colts would win last week. I feel like the Colts are an organization that, like, I don't know where they're going, and I don't like the offense. On top of that, you take out Jonathan Taylor, forget about it. To me, that's like, no, he's at least 3 points. I'll take Denver -3 and the under.
Hold on, guys, real quick. Between the two teams here, which one has the best victory of the season so far? The Colts against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
That's the only thing that I look at here. And
when did they beat the Chiefs?
Week 2.
Week 2.
Week 2. Week 2. You know, I
think
believe that defense can, you know.
All right. Well, are we in agreement if it's a 3-point spread to take Denver?
Denver's a hard place to win, hard place to go in. Minus JT, you got to go with Denver in this situation. But hey, I believe it's going to be a great game. Good
Okay,
game.
so we got 2 more questions that came in really quick, but also really fast. We just told you Denver in the under. If it's -3 and 42 or under, we just told everybody the lock pick tonight is Denver in the under. Let's see who plays it and makes any money. Super C&B Challengers. Now, Super, please hit the like, subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and leave 1 comment in the comment section. And now we'll give you some advice. Raymond, Pittman, Olave, or Judy, PPR. He also has, here he comes again, another Thursday night guy, Nyheim Hines and Mostert, right?
Yeah, Mostert's been getting the ball from Miami. I don't know what's going on there. I mean,
But that's
for
not his
some
question.
reason-
See what his
Mostert-
first question, Pittman, Olave, or Judy, and then his second question, I think, is Mostert or Nyheim Hines.
I would have to go Pittman, but him and Olave are very close. Very, very close. I would go with Pittman now. In a couple of weeks, it would probably be Olave.
Attaboy, Super. Appreciate you. So, Ray, you were telling him to go with Pittman right now over Olave. And for the running backs, you're saying to go with
Show me who was again?
Mostert or Nyheim Hines.
PPR?
Yeah.
I'd probably go with Nyheim Hines.
There it is. So, Pittman and Nyheim Hines. Matt, do you have anything different than that?
No, I got to run though. I got some stuff I got to do, Jimmy.
All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up right now. So, guys,
All
we
right.
gave you the lock of the night. It is Denver -3 in the under. We hope you all like the advice we gave you. I hope you all listen to it and make some money in your fantasy leagues or whatever it is you do. You can do a 2-team Quinella. I keep saying that right because I'm used to horse racing. Parlay of I always say it. Denver -3 and the under 42. We gave it to you all. Make sure you guys tune in on Sunday 11:05. We will give you every game broken down and our locks of the week, which is hitting over 80%. Brother Ray and Matt will help you with your fantasy also. So, 4 Mashadamas and 1 Mr. Never Left. Brother Ray, it's me, Mike Lepre King, Mike L. This was Legit Fantasy Football brought to you by legitpodcast.com. We'll see you again on Sunday at 11:05. Ray, before I sign off, in our corrupted league, now there's 5-6 games going on, okay? Right? I'm playing the midweek benders. I'm favored by 14. Born to Run's playing Turner. He's favored by 25, right?
We're on the air, right? We're still on the air.
Yeah. Because I got to tell you this. Conrad's and Fantasy Bums are even. Shock and Awe against Vulgar Display of Power. Shock and Awe has a 6-point spread. You are +4 against Harvey Dynamite. What I wanted to mention was this, Ray. How much, without looking, do you think Jake's team is favored to beat the Genius Kev's team?
30? Got to be 30.
More.
No.
More.
50?
55.
Oh my!
He's
Someone needs to take a
55
picture of
points
that.
I'm gonna. He's a 55-point underdog in a fantasy game.
He might lose by more than that too.
Ugh.
He might lose by more.
All right. We're going. Thank you so much.